The Jacksonville Jaguars are going into Pittsburgh today looking to go 6-2 before the bye. We haven't played since last Thursday against the Saints. And so, yeah, it's been a long week without Jags football. And apart from when the Jags were in the playoffs last year and when Urban Myers was running around, this is the most media coverage that the Jags have been getting, and deservedly so. We're 5-2. And I haven't seen this much love and admiration for the Jags by the media, even during our Jacksonville era. Like, no one really believed we'd do anything, even though we ended up making it to the AFC game. But we got to be honest with ourselves. We know that the general public and the media haven't been watching the Jags this season, probably apart from that Thursday night game against the Saints and that early game in London against the Bills. So they don't really know how much more improving we need to do on offense. We started as one of the worst third down conversion teams, and we have leaned heavily on our defense. Our defense leads the league in takeaways, and we're kind of trending in the right direction offensively, and this is just another week to improve as we get closer to January. What's up, everyone? This is Jag Central, and I hope you're all doing well. Previewing this game, a lot of the talking points have been whether we, the Jacksonville Jaguars, are a threat to the AFC powerhouses like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, the Ravens. We've shown that we can't beat the Chiefs. We've beaten the Bills, albeit a game in London where they just came off a flight on a Friday and we were there for a whole week. And I think a lot of people are looking at this game, 4-2 Steelers, 5-2 Jags, and the win of this game, they'll probably make their judgment and say, like, look, this is the team in the AFC that we need to look out for. And the Jags and the Steelers are two teams which are very similar in so many different ways. One being the defenses are the strong points in the league. We lead the league in takeaways, and they have the defensive player of the year, TJ Watt, and they have big names on defense like Minka Fitzpatrick. So defensively, we match up really, really well. And then offensively, I think people would say we are better in that department, which I do agree. But the Steelers defense doesn't get the Steelers offense doesn't get the credit it deserves. Like, they're a sneaky good offense with Pickens and Deontay Johnson, who was back last week, and they have a 2 running back tandem in Najee Harris and TJ Warren. They might not have like an amazing running back. Like, Najee Harris came out of college seen as like this amazing running back, but he hasn't really shown. He's probably had like half a season which was really good, but other than that, he hasn't really shown it. But both Najee Harris and TJ Warren are not highly productive individually, but together, when you put them together, they form a solid foundation for the Steelers' running game. And Pickett, the quarterback, like, I think he's really, really underrated. Like, of course, he's not like the levels of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, but he's more than capable of getting the ball down the field. And the Steelers are a scrappy team. Like, they find a way to bring a team's offense to its knees. And of course, the defense does keep the Steelers within touching distance for the whole game, but at the end of the day, you need a quarterback to be able to get you down the field and in position to score, and Pickett does that really well. Like, he has 5 fourth quarter comebacks, he has 6 game-winning drives in his career, like, and this team is more than capable of not putting up 4 good quarters offensively, but come fourth quarter, they'll be able to seal the deal. So looking into what the Jags need to do to win this game, like 3 things that they need to do. First thing, we need to lean on our running game. Like, this is what has got us to 5-2. Like, offensively, like, the passing wise, we have not been great, but our running game has been amazing, and ETN has been outstanding this season. His ability to run the ball effectively has just literally opened up the passing game lately. We look so much better passing the ball lately because of the threat of ETN. The Steelers' weakness this season has been stopping the run. They give up almost 5 yards a carry. So if we don't try to take advantage of this, we can kiss the W goodbye. Second thing we need to do, quick passes. We need to get the ball out quick. Last week, the game plan was to protect Trevor Lawrence after his knee injury against the Colts, and we did so well against the Saints. Trevor Lawrence in general has the quickest release in the league, and last week it paid dividends. Not sacked once and not touched. And then number 3, we need to get off to a quick start and get the game out of touching distance. Like, of course, if it gets to a point where it's still close in the fourth quarter, we can still win it, but it's easier said than done to blow out the Steelers defense, and they won't allow it themselves. Last week, kind of got a bit too close to the fire. Like, if it wasn't for a drop ball in the end zone, like, we probably would have gone into overtime and maybe lost that game last week, and we'll be sitting here 4-3, and it will be a completely different story, and we'll be looking not to be going 4-4. And then offensively, the other thing is like Kirk has shown that he's the number one guy in this offense. Like Ridley's just been way too inconsistent, way too up and down for me. Like he either gets 100 yards or he gets 10 yards, and like we really need him to show up like in a consistent basis, because like we need against this defense, like we need more than just one receiver and one playmaker. And then like I said in the review of the game last week, 5 wins is where we probably wanted to be at by the bye, and we're already at 5 wins. So getting to 6 wins is going to be a plus, but getting there before the bye is an amazing position. Like going in there 6-2, where we'll probably need only 4 wins after the bye to get into the playoffs, because 10 wins usually gets you into the playoffs, and it's just a great opportunity to pull away from the rest of the South, and also put ourselves in a position to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I know that's going to be easier said than done, but I think if we get to 6-2, I think we should be looking to get the best record in the AFC. My prediction for this game, I think it's going to be a close one. I think both defenses are going to show up. I think both will have takeaways, and I think it will literally just come down to which offense can like execute better when it matters. Like we haven't been great in the red zone and have been setting for way too many field goals, and we need to start turning those 3s into 7s, and hopefully this is a game we can do that. As always, I'm going to predict us to win. I'm just going to go 2017, a late Trevor Lawrence drive to seal the win. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys after the game. Let's go Jags.